को लेके तुम लोगों ऐसा क्यों लगा डिसिप्लिन कंट्री की जगमग जगा ऑप्शन में भावना सगळ्यांनी बघा आइटम हो हिस्टेरिकल कौन लगा मैं सोच रहा था उसको तो बीच में जगह देख मेरे को अपनी में चड्डी में हगा फिर जरा भगा शॉट मेरा
मैं बाजीगर सबसे अलग सबसे असली डिफरेंट कैलिबर हमसे मस्ती सीधा पप्पी तेरे आंसू पर हम गेम रखते मुट्ठी में हाँ जादूगर आए बाजीगर बाजीगर
सामने अब चलेंगे सब चलने वाले सुसरेंगे मरेगा कब प्यार करने वाले बोलेगा नारा कब अच्छे से बच्चे को मालूम है सब गुनेगारी बिनेगारी तेरे घर पे चक्कर अभी हो गई शाम तो फिर क्या हो जमाम जाके पूछ मेरा नाम तेरी आइटम को फिर जाके पूछा उसने नाम उसके आइटम को
तीसरा एल्बम तीसरी बार चैंपियन लेगेसी बैंकर हुड लाइक मी फैशन सावले दोस्त वो बिस्ते है टैल्कम किचन में राशन कलम में पैशन ऑर्डर फिर कैशन शॉर्टी है शक्ल से प्रीति पर उसकी बॉडी कड़ाशन
देखो प्यारे मेरे होमिस शाम के बैठो सो सरगली बजर चली यार रूम में पब्लिक से ट्रिप कर रही चली खाने क्यों नहीं आ रहा चली खाने क्यों नहीं आ रहा तुमको नहीं मालूम है किधर को जा रहा और किधर से आ रहा यहाँ तक की स्टाफ है मैंने एक घंटा पहले का डाला मैं बोल रहा हिंदी मेरी शॉटी जब लगाती बिंदी मेरे को बोले नहीं खाने का नींद की मैं क्लब में जब कर रहा एंट्री जैसे सच्ची में हो रही है एंट्री मैं झाड़ पे कभी चढ़ता नहीं पंची तेरा टीम जलाएगा वन पीस मैंने घर दिखाई पूछ मेरी गलती
मैं बाजीगर सबसे अलग सबसे असली डिफरेंट कैलिबर हमसे मस्ती सीधा पप्पी तेरे आंसू पर हम गेम रखते मुट्ठी में हाँ जादूगर आए
शाहरुख मत बन सलमान बनेंगे ऑफिस से बोल रहे हैं देखो
अगोडा
Holiday planning.
हो गया कार्टेल तू मैं एस्कोबार टक्किया दसो किने पिंजरे च शेर डक्किया बिग स्टेपर आने चकने स्टेप नहीं तेरे शहर विच खाली करनी क्लिप नहीं एक जीप खड़ी मेरी थाने दे विच बदले दे मैं दो लेना नी मैं डाकू
ये मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा
जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ खो लेना नी मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा हां जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ खो यार मेरे निकले ट्रेंचां चों गेम ना तू देखी बैठ के बेंचां तो तैनू फिक्र आ सोल्ड आउट शो दे नी मैनू जेल च बैठे बरो दे नी हट तेरी हीरो मनदी ऐ नी का तू क्रिमिनल कह के भंनदी ऐ नी हट तेरी मैनू हीरो मनदी ऐ नी का तू क्रिमिनल कह के भंनदी ऐ ऑपरेशन इन्नी तकड़ी के पहली तकनी दे विच मोल लेना
मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ खो लेना
मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा हां जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ खो लेना
मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा पक्का मैं सभी कार कीता ही मैं डाकू
कोट मैनू कहंदी के तू गलती है तेरी शक्ल कातिल नाल मिलदी है लोकेशना ना करिए ड्रॉप वे तैनू लभदे फिरदे आवे मिट्टी विच करदे ड्रैगनी यार करदे सिक्योर या बैगनी मां मिट्टी विच करदे ड्रैगनी यार करदे सिक्योर या बैगनी हाई प्रोफाइल की करनी चन्नी नत ता लो रहिंदा नी तेरा मोके वाला एक नंबर दा हां जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ नी मैं डाकू एक नंबर दा हां जेड़ी चीज ते आखे ओ खो लेना नी मैं
अबे ये थोड़ी दिखना था नील नाइस न्यू काहे सुन देगा देख देते हैं
Tunnel vision. This next video was sent in to popular Japanese ghost hunting team Clip Store by a man who claims that the footage was recorded by his now deceased older brother. The man says that his brother was a big fan of the paranormal and often spent his free time exploring well-known ghost spots in Japan. So one day his brother decides to film an allegedly haunted tunnel somewhere in Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. He has an encounter that is absolutely terrifying.
क्या भाग ले भाई भाग ले
Did you see it? After the man hears a creepy,
हाँ,
unexplained
देखा,
voice
बिल्कुल
coming
देखा।
from right behind him, he quickly spins around to see an ominous dark figure standing right in front of him. A shadowy shape that had not been there only seconds before. Absolutely terrified, the man makes a run for it. But the story gets even weirder. Because a few weeks later, the man who recorded this video passed away in a freak accident. This horrifying video was found on the man's phone. It was the last video that he recorded before his death. So the Clip Store team tracks down the location, but they don't really find anything unusual during their investigation. So could it be that the man accidentally recorded real paranormal phenomena? And could this have somehow led to him losing his life in such a tragic way? Let me know.
मारने वाला सीन नहीं रखना चाहिए
The Viaduct Tavern. Paranormal investigators Jeff, Phil, and Mark from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations recently investigated the notoriously haunted Viaduct Tavern in London. The viaduct has been around for hundreds of years and was built just a few yards away from the site of the infamous old Newgate prison, where thousands of criminals were executed. The tavern's third floor was once a brothel where a lady of the night named Kate tragically lost her life. With such a long and dark history, it's no wonder that over the years landlords, workers, and even visitors have witnessed terrifying paranormal activity. Nevertheless, the tavern has become a very popular local historical pub. The Ghost Tech team sets up several static cameras and begin their investigation on the third floor, where most of the supernatural activity has been witnessed. It doesn't take long before the three investigators start to hear very strange sounds coming from the floor right above their heads.
अच्छा ये तो देखा शायद मैंने गेम में जैसे ये खड़ी है इसको देख के डर जाए कोई भैंचो
I can hear you. I can hear you walking. There was a few footsteps on the floor above us. As I stand on the stairs to the full floor, I hear footsteps above me on the floorboards. Here is the audio taken from Static Cam 5, which is located up on the fourth floor. Hello? I can hear you.
The creepy sound of someone walking can be heard on the fourth floor of the Viaduct Tavern. The Ghost Tech team believes that they might be making contact with the spirit of Kate, the lady of the night that tragically passed away there long ago. Jeff, Phil, and Mark head up to the 4th floor to do a spirit box session, and what happens next is downright creepy.
If I knew your full name, I could look in the newspapers, the old newspapers, and find out what happened to the person that did that terrible thing to you.
Great content
अबे
and
यार
a great audience, like a purple dinosaur needs a hug. Can I have a hug? I gotcha.
That's all I need from you, is your surname. So if I hold this out...
Guys?
Yeah?
Yeah.
कोई लाइट तो जला लो.
What would be cool?
Something's in that room. It just went past the window and I've got it on film. Something went across that window.
Kate?
While asking questions, Jeff captures a dark figure quickly moving in front of a window, not once, but twice. Jeff immediately alerts the team of what he's captured, but they can't find any explanation for the bizarre encounter. And that isn't the only time the team captures something unexplainable that night. Back on the 3rd floor, the 3 investigators begin to hear strange disembodied voices. And then this happens.
There you go. That's what I was hearing downstairs.
Kate, tell me your name, your full name. We can find out. Find out what happened to you and whether the person that did it was caught and punished.
Jesus. Hey there was someone stood by me.
Okay.
There was someone stood by me then. Oh, hang on a minute. That is the clearest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, calm down.
Mark nearly jumps out of his skin as he sees someone standing right next to him. But when they look, there's no one there. However, when the ghost team reviews their recorded footage later, they realize that Mark actually did capture what he saw on camera. Now it can only be seen for a split second when slowing down the footage, but as Mark spins around, the unexplained face of someone can be seen standing right next to him. So could this be the ghost of Kate, the lady of the night who tragically lost her life inside the tavern? Or could it be the spirits of prisoners who were executed where the tavern now stands? You decide. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations. Encanto. Ghost hunter Idol from the YouTube channel Ghost23 sets out to explore a remote waterfall in the middle of nowhere and surrounded by tall mountains. Idol has been told that the waterfall is haunted by an environmental spirit known as an Encanto, a mythical being that has the ability to appear in human form. Idol is completely alone as he makes the difficult climb up the waterfall with nothing but a camera. The sun is setting fast, and with very little daylight left, Idol captures something truly chilling.
खड़ा हुई हाथ भी ला रहा हो ये बंदा क्या कर रहा है जंगल में जब तो कुछ है भी नहीं जगह जाने की
Sino yung nagpapakita dito?
अभी फटी इसकी गांड.
A mysterious figure appears to be watching idle as he's exploring and recording footage of the waterfall. The person then just walks away, disappearing into thin air. Now, there is nowhere for this figure to have disappeared to, as there is a steep drop below and a tall, unclimbable cliff above. Idle is baffled and confused by what he just saw and can't find anywhere that the mysterious being could have went. It's almost as if it walked right into the waterfalls surrounding the mountain. So could this be the Encanto that is said to appear at the waterfall? Or something else? Tell me what you think. A cry for help. This next video is a bit of a mystery, as it was reposted to TikTok without a source or information. The video shows CCTV footage of a young girl as she walks around her home. What happens next is like something from a nightmare.
इंडिया की लग रही है तो.
Lights suddenly begin to flicker, startling the young girl as she rushes for the door. But the door won't open. As she slams on the doorway, crying out for help, an ominous dark shape can be seen slowly moving towards her. One dark edge reaching out, almost like an arm ready to grab her. That's when someone, presumably her brother, comes to her rescue and opens the door for her to escape. Now, without a source, we'll probably never know
ये भूत
what happened
जो मजाक
here.
करते हैं ऐसे धीरे-धीरे आएगा. एक साथ एकदम से भी तो आ सकता है पकड़ने.
Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Off the rails. Stephen Kerner is out on a drive through the countryside of Minnesota when he spots something very odd.
Oh boy. What, Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
A small empty train car with an empty caboose slowly moves along the track, even though no one is driving it. Stephen is a little confused by what he just witnessed, but he just shrugs it off and drives away. But after posting his bizarre encounter on TikTok, someone spots something that Stephen didn't see.
Running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that. This thing. Right here. What the fuck is that?
Viewers are freaked out when they see an odd pale figure seemingly hanging out of the back of the train. Many believe the tiny locomotive to be a ghost train, and some believe that the train might be haunted by a spirit, and others just think it's a very odd occurrence paired with pareidolia. But what do you think this is? Let me know down in the comments. A rough ride. TikTok user Jose Castillo and his friends often mountain bike after work on some wooded trails near the city of Oaxaca, Mexico. One evening after dark, Jose and his friends go out on a trail that they've taken many times before. But this time, things take a terrifying turn. Jose's GoPro camera is recording when something happens that still gives him chills to this day. Did you see it? Someone or something appears out of nowhere and Jose barely manages to swerve around it. When slowed down and paused, the figure appears to be cloaked, wearing a veil that's translucent enough that you can see what looks like a face. A very disturbing face. Many viewers of Jose's TikTok believe that he captured the infamous weeping woman, La Llorona, a vengeful spirit of Mexican lore that mourns the loss of her children. But what do you think this is? Let me know.
La Llorona.
Exploration gone wrong. Two friends decide to explore an abandoned industrial park at an undisclosed location in China. The site has been abandoned for over 3 years, and most of the entrances have been locked shut to prevent intruders and squatters. But this doesn't stop the two explorers as they manage to find a way inside.
Okay. Okay.
They start to explore the construction floor by floor. That's when they spot something absolutely unnerving.
कोई बैठा कोई
Did you see it? Someone appears to be sitting on a chair inside one of the empty offices. The cameraman calls out to his friend and they quickly turn back and check out the room. But there's no one there. So did they accidentally capture a paranormal event? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Unwanted guest. In this next creepy video, 2 police officers are alerted by an Airbnb homeowner who suspects someone has broken into her house.
How's it going? What seems to be the problem?
I left for a while to go shopping, and when I came home, the door is open. I think somebody broke in.
The homeowner says the house should be empty, but is worried that an intruder might be inside. The 2 officers make their way into the house as their body cameras record the entire incident.
Police! If anyone's here, make yourself known.
One of the officers is checking out the downstairs bedroom, and this is when things start to get weird.
Anyone inside?
A loud bang can be heard, and at the same time, strange interference comes through the radio. The officer now heads upstairs, and his body cam starts to experience strange video glitches. What happens next is downright chilling.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
बहन चौक मैं बल्ब देख के डर गया था।
Downstairs clear.
पुलिस वाला भी सोच रहा होगा बहन चौथ किस लिए आया।
Upstairs clear?
Yeah, we're good.
Now, understandably, this police officer is done with this house. Two doors open on their own without explanation, and when the officer is about to go downstairs, the loud sound of charging footsteps or stomping can be heard right behind him. He swings around, but again, no one there. This footage was later released as the officer claimed to have experienced paranormal activity while inside the house. So just what do you think is going on here? Is this Airbnb haunted? Let me know down in the comments. An odd intruder. A woman in Jamaica steps outside to retrieve something from her car, but she doesn't know that an absolutely chilling event is about to occur. As the woman exits her house and walks towards her car, we can see some strange translucent shape charge out of the woods near her house and run right inside the front door. Now, whatever this is does not seem to be any kind of compression glitch. The woman in the video is perfectly clear, and also the figure approaches the light and still remains an odd, indistinguishable mist. But is it supernatural? And if not, just what is this? As always, I leave it up to you to decide. Jerry. After 3 years of living a happy, peaceful life in their apartment in the United Arab Emirates, Zark, his wife, and son suddenly begin to experience terrifying, unexplained activity.
Shh. Let me just check.
इतनी जोर से
It's coming from the cupboard. Could you please stop?
Besides hearing knocking, banging, and scratching, the family has a truly bizarre scare when one day they inexplicably find maggots all over their apartment.
बच्चा तुमको देख के सीखता है ड्रामा मत करो
Zark explains that he's a skeptic, but that he's become increasingly more alarmed by his son's unusual behavior. The young boy claims he sees someone named, quote, Jerry, and that Jerry isn't always friendly. Zark and his wife don't believe the boy at first, but when one day he complains about Jerry again, they decide to check their CCTV camera and are shocked by what they find.
Mommy, Jerry chopping me.
Jerry.
I can see the book moving. Yeah.
Needless to say, Zark and his wife now believe that Jerry might be something real after all, and whatever this presence is, it seems to become increasingly more aggressive.
पूरा सामान गिरा हुआ है। Yeah.
Objects around the house are moved and thrown, but
Hindi bol
nothing
raha tha
compares
banda.
to what happens on another night while the family is fast asleep in bed. Zark is suddenly woken up by the unexplained sound of running water.
मैं जो 2:30 बजे तंग करता है।
5 minutes early today. Okay.
Zark hears the sound of running water and discovers that both the faucet in the kitchen and the bathroom have mysteriously turned on by themselves. Zark then hears loud banging and the sound of someone running. He then captures a strange small smoke-like figure moving right in front of him. Zark is freaked out by what he has just experienced, so he checks his CCTV footage to see if anything else was captured that night. When he rewinds his footage back to just before the running water woke him, he is shocked by what his CCTV captured. A tall, translucent figure can be seen walking right beside a scooter that seems to move across the floor. Zark is now convinced that his apartment is haunted by something that he can't explain. Could this presence be what his son calls Jerry? Let me know what you think.
Jerry Banshot.
You can follow Zark's continuing paranormal story over on the YouTube channel, Zark Scary Haunting. Thanks so much for watching. I'm still trying to get that upload schedule back on track, so please hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Then there's Instagram, Twitter, and that's enough. Hopefully I'll see you back here next time for another video.
In April of 2020, a kid named Noah decided to go truck camping in the forests of Sun River, Oregon. He was driving down the road when he thought he found a good spot and drove deep into the forest with his truck. His first night there, he was woken up to sounds outside. As he continued listening, he realized they were footprints, and from the pattern assumed it was a person. He grabbed his nearby GoPro and started filming.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now. And it's like pitch black outside. And like, this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see. No one was on that road. Wait, he's touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now. He's literally peeking through the door right now.
Whoever was out there knocks on the truck and tries the door handles, all while Noah sits inside, forced to just listen to it happen. Fortunately, he had his doors locked, so no one could get inside. After multiple minutes, footsteps are finally heard leaving. When it got light outside, Noah drove back to the road and back home. Later that morning, he found handprints all over his truck, specifically on his back window from someone trying to see inside, and a lot on his door handles from someone trying to get inside.
Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result. So
for someone to even have been out there in the first place at that time of night is extremely odd. And it couldn't have been a police officer or anything because no one identified themselves. The person didn't even have a light, and this was in the middle of a pitch black forest. No one ever posted an update on the situation, suggesting that he never found out who was outside his truck that night. Kyle Burgess was on an early morning jog on a trail in Provo, Utah, when he thought he saw a baby bobcat on the trail up ahead of him. He immediately pulled out his phone and started recording. But it wasn't a bobcat, rather it was a baby cougar. The video then shows the mother cougar coming into view.
You! Oh,
Oh, bhaichod.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
बहनचोद।
No! Get the f away! Get the f away! Go! 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 No! No! Go away! Go away! Please go away! Oh!
कहाँ तक आ गया उसके पीछे?
Nice and slow. Come on. Ah! Roar! No.
Kyle is left in a standoff with the cougar as he slowly backs away, trying to scare it off with loud noises. But the cougar continues to follow him, and at times even lunges at him. At one point, Kyle turns his head away from the animal so as not to trip as he's backing up. This prompts the cougar to try and attack, getting within only feet of him.
Go away. No, you taste, dude.
बहनचोद।
Trying to attack and your eyes are looking away from you. Dude. No, go away. Go away. No. No.
पत्थर ही मार ले उठा के।
Yeah, get away from me. Face.
The encounter lasts for an entire 6 minutes. It ends when Kyle throws a large rock, scaring the animal into running away. Cougar encounters with hikers are extremely dangerous and can often result in a much worse outcome. Had Kyle tried to run, to look and sound intimidating, the animal's instincts to chase and commit to an attack would have kicked in.
ऐसे कुत्ता पड़ा था एक बार मेरे पीछे, बहनचोद आता ही गया।
A few residents of a neighborhood in northern Oregon filed reports of
पत्थर मारा था फिर मैंने भी
noises
उससे।
coming from the forest. The noises were described as what sounded like eerie laughter. It was loud and echoed throughout the nearby area. One of the residents that heard the sounds went outside to where they seemed to be coming from and started recording.
क्या ये? अरे लकड़ बग्गे भी तो करते हैं ऐसा।
Some think the noises are being made by foxes or coyotes, but others don't think so, saying coyotes, for example, have a much more canine-like shriek and aren't nearly as loud. It's still unclear what exactly was making the noise that night. Lisa is a girl who owns a YouTube channel where she documents her life living in a van. She travels across North America recording her experience as she goes. The videos almost always follow more of a vlog style, showing the different forests or places she stays at overnight, or the journeys to get there. However, in February of 2022, something different was uploaded. Lisa was sleeping in her van when she woke up to the sound of knocking right next to her ear. It was 4:30 in the morning and someone was outside. She sat there frozen, not knowing what to do. The knock then came again, and this time she uttered out a confused hello. There was no response. It would be completely silent for the next 15 minutes. Eventually, she heard footsteps coming back, and this time grabbed her camera to record.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
There was no response. She quietly got up and went to the front of her van to look outside. In the distance, there were headlights. The car backs away, and so she turns the camera to herself and begins explaining what just happened. A few minutes into this, and she hears footsteps again.
I hear footprints. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again 3 times now. the third time I looked out, they were walking on foot. I seen them walking, and they hid behind the big tree there, and then they went to a car, the same car that was here earlier. Well, that was back, and then it backed away and left again. 3 times in one night. This time, they didn't knock though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van.
When it got light outside later that morning, she got out of her van and found footprints all around it.
So I come out this morning and you can see footprints. Look at this one. This is mine. I'll show you. There's mine. See? They were actually, there's some more. Look at that. They came here. They were standing here, as you can see.
A lot of viewers believe the man was simply trying to steal valuables from the van, but why then come back 2 more times after you heard someone talking from inside? It's likely the man had worse intentions. This video was taken by a mountain biker in Vancouver, Canada. He had set up his phone camera to get a shot of him riding down a part of the mountain. Just as he comes down and passes the camera, he suddenly hits the brakes and starts calling out. He then comes back into frame, walking back up the mountain with his bike. As he does so, he keeps looking back behind him. Blocking his path was a bear, who was now following him.
Hey, hey! 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 Hey!
Venture.
The kid uses his bike to make himself look bigger. He hits it on the ground a few times, causing the bear to retreat back to the camera where it knocks it over. The bear then stands over the camera for a while longer. Finally, it retreats completely, allowing the kid to retrieve his phone and get back to safety. On September 6, 2016, a Reddit post was made linking to a video that claimed to feature a weird noise from the woods. Included was text that read, "I put the kids to bed tonight and heard this loud, really bizarre sound coming from the woods outside my house. It lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. We have a handful of neighbors nearby, but this was too loud to be coming from them. It seemed to be coming from the direction of a nearby AM radio tower, but can those towers make noises like this? I googled around but couldn't find anything similar." This is the video. Commenters immediately started speculating what the sound could have been. One of them suggested it could have been the sound of high winds passing through a nearby cell tower, the metal on metal being what created the eerie tone. But the poster replied saying there was almost no wind that night, and even on days when it was windy, he never heard this sound. Another said the sound was extremely consistent with what it sounds like to drill into a strut or support that's made of high carbon steel, but said that it would be weird to be doing this that late into the night. To this day, it's still unknown what the sound in the video actually is. Call him Jake. Now, Jake would go all out. He had a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. It was already around 7 p.m. and the sun was starting to set. Females screaming from maybe 300 or 400 feet away echoed out throughout the trees. I looked up and saw Jake's head turn around behind him towards the direction of things in the back of the Jeep. We stuffed the. It probably took us twice as long to get back to the road, just because this time we couldn't see anything. Finally, we saw the pavement and stopped for.
In just a few moments.
Oh my god, did you see it?
No.
Oh.
No. I just want an explanation for what it is.
Go up more, Katie.
Well, I am living every solo camper's nightmare right now.
Is that a person?
The hell was that?
Hi, I'm James LaFleur, and you're watching the Impossible Channel. Unknown and mysterious object. The thing is, when this video was first uploaded to YouTube, it amassed millions of views.
Wraps around one of the boy's legs. The guy who's recording is shocked and hurries over to inspect the area around the two boys.
हो गया यार